Hi, I'm Dr. Borut Fonda from absoluteBLACK Science Lab. In this video, I'd like to demonstrate to you how to correctly install absoluteBLACK hollow cage for Durace and Ultegra derailleurs. absoluteBLACK hollow cage fits both mechanical derailleurs and DA2 derailleurs. You can install it either when the derailleur is already mounted on the bike or off the bike. If you decide to mount it while the derailleur is on the bike, make sure you first remove the chain and you remove the rear wheel. Then put the derailleur into the most extended mode, which basically means as you would put it on the easiest or the biggest sprocket on the cassette. To remove the original cage, you need a Torx T10 key and remove the small bolt at the bottom of the derailleur. Remove the bolt while simultaneously hold the cage from the back. After you remove the bolt, detach the cage and watch, because the spring is still under tension, that you rotate the cage nicely and controlled, and then remove the entire cage together with the spring and take it out. With the mechanical derailleur, it's exactly the same principle, with the only difference that you have to manually hold it in the extended position. Take the T10 Torx key, untighten and remove the little bolt at the bottom, and then while holding the cage, remove it and rotate it out. After you remove the cage and you remove the spring and the little rubber band, first insert the rubber band back into the hole and insert the spring back into its place. Make sure that the little hook is on top. Take your hollow cage and look for the 3 little holes on top of the cage. The selection of this hole represents the spring tension. You should refer to our website to select the correct spring tension based on your gearing ratios. Before you mount the cage, make sure you properly grease this bit that gets inserted into the cage. Make sure you grease it at the very end and at the very beginning of the pin. Take the cage and the derailleur, fully extend it if it's mechanical, and put the pin inside the derailleur. Make sure you match the right hole for your spring tension, and before you fully press it in, rotate it until you get past the limitator, and then you fully push it in, and at this stage the derailleur is already fixed. Hold it firmly together, take the little bolt and screw it in with a T10 Torx key. Now the cage is properly attached and can be mounted on the bike. It's exactly the same principle when you're mounting it while the derailleur is on the bike. If DA2, put it in the extended position like before, take the hollow cage and insert it upside down. Once it's properly greased, insert it into the derailleur, select the right hole for your spring tension, and don't push it in entirely, but holding it from the back. Once it's past the limitator, you push it in fully, you take the bolt and screw it in. Once fully screwed, the cage is mounted. Once you've installed hollow cage, return the rear wheel on and install the chain. We recommend using a brand new chain when you're installing a new hollow cage. Also keep in mind, if you're swapping from a short cage of Shimano Durace or Shimano Ultegra cage, in those cases you will most likely have to extend the chain for 2 to 3 links for the optimal performance. If you're swapping from a long cage or from any other brand that are using oversized pulley wheels, in those cases the chain length normally remains the same. Also make sure when you're installing the chain that it goes through both protections around the pulley wheels so the chain runs smoothly. Enjoy your lower friction and complete silence with hollow cage.